Welcome to another episode of AM Whiskey. I'm Aaron. This is Mark. Freshly trimmed up, looking all suave. And we are also freshly back from Kentucky. I don't know if you checked out our last video, but we did a review of some Heaven Hill distillery only releases. Because we were heading to Kentucky, we wanted to see if we should get them. Spoiler alert, we didn't get either of those. But we did get a decent amount of bottles. Now, in full transparency, we did not go to KBF. We did go down right before KBF. Stayed in Louisville and just decided to try and hop from distillery to distillery to see what we could find. We had a hell of a time, and we think we got some decent bottles. Starting with this, what's in our glass?
Our first glass. So,
smells
staying in Louisville every morning, we walk to Michter's, and
we like
we each got a 2-pack of American whiskey and Michter's barrel strength bourbon. And then, so there were actually 3 of us that went, along with Mr. Oldfo. And so Mr. Oldfo is a real big Oldfo fan. And we'll talk about it later, but me and him actually made a bottle trade while on the trip. So I have a backup of each of these. And he has some Oldfo in his area.
And for those of you who don't know, if you do go to Michter's, they're limited releases. A lot of times, not always, but most of the time and every time we went there, come in this 2-pack, they bundle it up. You get the bottle that is the throw-in. In this case, it was the American whiskey, which I still think is a delicious bottle. And then the good bottle that you want.
Have you had a taste of the barrel strength yet?
Not yet. I'm letting it breathe because since we're talking about it, I figured I would show the other bottle that we got from them. Also in the 2-pack.
Yeah, so that is the Michter's 10-year rye bundled with their straight rye.
That is
so,
correct.
I think, so let me think, this bundle here, the bourbon and American was like, probably $1.80 with tax. And this was what, about
$2.90?
$2.80, $2.90, right? So I want to say the shelfers are probably a little bit more expensive at Michter's. I think they're a solid 55-ish, right? Which is maybe a hair on the high side. But getting a barrel strength, at, I don't know, probably 110, 120, and getting the 10-year rye for about $210.
So the one thing about Kentucky is the distilleries actually have to buy their bottles back from distribution. So they actually have to send them to distribution and get them back. They also tend to be slightly more expensive than what MSRP is, just because they want to give their retail partners, that was part of the deal that they did with being able to sell bottles in the gift shop. They didn't want to undercut their core customers, which are the local liquor stores. But this is what we ended up getting at Michter's. We actually ended up both getting 2 of these.
Yes.
It was there the first day and the third day we were there. We were really hoping for that bourbon, the 10-year bourbon, but unfortunately, didn't show up.
Didn't happen. All right. So let's see. What do we want to do next? So you want to pick how about you just pick a distillery, and I'll compliment.
Also in Louisville, where we first got there, right across the street and down the block a little bit, was Bardstown Bourbon Company. We did not go to the main distillery in Bardstown. We went to try and make it there one day and just were too late. It was closed before we got there. But we did get to go to their storefront in Louisville, and this was a single barrel that they had exclusively at the distillery. It is called Balancing Act. Have not opened it and tried it yet. We will give you a full report when we do. Apparently, Zach from Bourbon Kingdom said it's really good. So looking forward to that.
Exactly. So let's just keep moving on down the street. So we started on the west side of Whiskey Row with Michter's. Then you got Bardstown. I think right next to Bardstown, isn't that Pursuit United? Pursuit Spirits?
Pursuit Spirits, yes.
Yeah, Pursuit Spirits. So at Pursuit Spirits, they had Old Anvil, which is in a 375. It's $100. But it's 11-year-old Heaven Hill juice. And so we tried it at their brand new bar downstairs one day. And I gotta say, at first when I bought it, I was like, "Eesh, what I could do, what I get myself into." And then I drank it and I was like, "Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy. Hey, you want to get rid of your old Anvil? You want to give me your old Anvil? I'll take it. I'll trade. I'll give you $100."
So for those of you who don't know, Pursuit Spirits was started by Kenny and Ryan from Bourbon Pursuit. They do have a full line of their own stuff. They do a lot of contract distilling, and then they blend and bottle their own. They have bourbon, they have rye, they have some double oaks, they have a lot of expressions. Very good. But then they just recently started doing a distillery only series, which I think consists of 3 different 375s that are kind of throwbacks to some historical things from, I think, the old Melwood Distillery, which is where their warehouse is. The other 2 we were kind of iffy on. It was like a 6-year Tennessee juice and then a 7 or 8-year Bardstown, I think. Yeah. But then we heard him say, well, we also have an 11-year Heaven Hill, but I think it's sold out for the day. And it just so happened that one of the other employees came out and was like, no, we still have some. And so we all just said, yeah, okay, we'll take one. Yep. So we all got one of these. And then when we saw the cost of it, we were like, uh-oh. What did we get ourselves into?
But then we had it the next day.
We tried it at the bar and said, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
It's pretty good.
It's in the ballpark, right? It's very, very good whiskey. Like, yeah, I'd give it 8.0 plus. Yep.
This is very good whiskey.
Yep. All right, next.
Right down from there.
Ooh, this must be the Green River.
We went to Green River. I believe this has been acquired by Bardstown, but they do have 2 separate storefronts there on Whiskey Row. Mm-hmm. Went down there. I think Green River is doing a hell of a job. I think for value whiskeys, they are really good. They're not going to blow your socks off, but their core lineup's like $35, solid whiskey. And then their Foolproof came out, and that is just a very, very solid bottle for their cost. And their single barrels have been good. And we had heard that I think late last year they started doing some barrel strength wheated bourbon for single barrel store picks. This wasn't out there, didn't see it. We just happened to be looking around. The guy at the counter seemed pretty nice, so I said, hey, you don't happen to have any of those wheated barrel strengths, do you? And he said, yeah, got a couple bottles in back. He's like, you want one? How could I say no? So ended up picking that up.
Excellent. A very wise investment.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So let's see. Continued walking down the block. Eventually, when you get to the far end of Whiskey Row, you end up at Old Forester. Day 1 at Old Forester was 117 Series Day. This is the 1910 extra old. Grab 2 of these. You can see that one got cracked when it got cracked that night. And we put a little dent into it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Luckily, we were each able to get 2 of them.
Yeah. There is a backup bottle, but this one isn't gonna last very long.
No.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Kind of like it a lot.
Okay.
Let's see.
Was there something else we picked up at Old Forester?
So I think that I picked something up, and you picked it up. I traded away my 1924 for an additional Michter's barrel strength bourbon.
I didn't bring it up here.
Oh, well,
But,
we
yeah.
also got 1924 on a
1924.
different day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 1924s on different days. So when we were in town, Old Forester had the 117 one day, 1924 the next day, and then a barrel strength
Single
barrel.
barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we decided to pass on because we just haven't been huge fans of
No.
the barrel strength. Barrel picks, so.
I have enough of them, and I really like the Black Label.
So that's what we did in Louisville. And this is usually how we started our morning. We would go to Louisville, we would work our way down Whiskey Row, and then we would make our way out to some of the distilleries.
Well, we did do something else in Louisville, technically. So there's a couple bars or liquor stores that we frequented on the east side of town.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right? There's what? Evergreen?
Well, Evergreen was there. The one we went to
to-
was like the bottle shop
Yeah.
bar.
Bottle shop online or something, and that one was really cool. While there, I did buy 2
That
bottles.
is
So,
really nice tasting bar.
oh, great tasting bar. We had the best whiskey we had on the trip was at that tasting bar. But there was a deal. I'm a sucker for Eagle Rare store picks. But it had to get a liter, right? A liter of Buffalo Trace, and then you had the right to buy an Eagle Rare store pick, $45. I mean, this was $30, $45. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm in. I mean, I'll drink them both. So
Yeah. For Eagle Rare store picks, can't really beat that. I did forget that we technically did buy those in Louisville.
mm-hmm. Now we're on the road.
Yes. Let's see. We did go to Wild Turkey, but they didn't have anything there that we wanted to purchase. We were really hoping for.
Oh, you did get a
Master's Keep.
bottle at Wild Turkey because you hung out with Jimmy, right?
I did get a bottle of 101 because Jimmy was there, so I had him sign the bottle of Wild Turkey 101, and got my picture taken with Jimmy, and I will put both the bottle and the picture in this video just so you can see. But it's true, he does sit there, chill, very nice, was very friendly, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we didn't get any cool whiskey while we were there. They had some out to taste, but they didn't even have the new Master's Keep out to taste. So that was a little disappointing. That was one I was really looking forward to. But then we did actually go to
Jim Beam. You should do
Jim Beam.
You
Well,
should
we did go to
You
Jim
should do Jim Beam, and I'll do Four Roses.
And Jim Beam was one of my favorite experiences there. I thought the distillery was cool. I also thought this bottle was cool. It's 8-year Jim Beam. I am probably never going to crack this bottle because I don't know that I care about what's in the bottle. I just thought the bottle was cool. It is an homage to their decanter series. Apparently one of the nose, I'm not exactly sure. I can try and look it up, maybe put it on screen. But one of the nose loved the bowling pin decanter. So this is their ode to that. This is just going to be a shelf trophy for me. I think I love Jim Beam. I love Knob Creek, but Knob Creek 9-year is probably just as good as this juice or better. But
I think we should put a challenge out there to the YouTube community. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, Mark will crack the bottle on air.
We'll never hit 10,000 subscribers, so that's okay.
I made it pretty lofty for you, right? But I figure at 10,000, you'll let me. He'll probably let me crack it anyhow.
No, there wasn't really. That was the first day we went to Jim Beam. There wasn't really much else. They did have the Bookers. We had both the Bookers. They had the Little Book, had both of the Little Books that were out there. They didn't have any of the new, they didn't have the new Booker's Reserve out, although I see that it is out now. I think they released it at KBF.
Mm-hmm.
Missed that. However, we did go back.
On Saturday morning,
And
KBF was going on. We decided to run out to Jim Beam just to double check. And what do you know?
got one of the bottles that I was really hoping to get. That's Jim Beam Lineage. That's 15-year-old Jim Beam. I believe this is a distillery only I am pretty excited about this bottle. This bottle, we are definitely cracking and drinking because this, I think, is going to be good whiskey.
Yeah.
This, I don't think, is going to be good whiskey. That's just average Jim Beam, but the bottle is cool. This, the bottle's cool. The box is cool. And gosh, I hope
the whiskey should be pretty good. I mean, we liked all the Hartman's Creeks, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's in the age and proof range of Hartman's Creek.
Jim Beam seems to hit me just right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's see here. We went to Buffalo Trace. Didn't buy any bottles.
We did not.
Went to Castle Key. Didn't buy any bottles. We went to Woodford. Didn't buy any bottles.
We did not.
Went to a few others. Went to OKC.
No, Glens Creek.
Glens Creek.
Which makes OFC.
One of us
not
that was
OFC. OCD.
OCD.
OCD. They made this bottle.
Yeah. And one of us that was with us bought some bottles. Me and you didn't.
We did not.
But we did go to Four Roses a couple times.
Just trying to get the premium version.
And while at Four Roses, we of course tried the LE for 2025. But then on Saturday after, I thought it was good. Not my favorite of the last 3 or 4 years. But after we hit Jim Beam, we went back to Cox. We went to Cox Creek.
Went to their Cox Creek location.
And they had brought out a new single barrel. And I'm a Q guy. I don't know why. In generally, I'm not a Four Roses guy. But I am a Q man. I don't know what it is about Qs. So they brought out an 11-year, 2-month-old OBSQ from a single barrel. While we were there, it was brand new out that morning. Hadn't been put out at all the other times we had visited. And so as we were driving there, I told Aaron, I'm like, hey, if they got anything over a certain age, like, I'm buying it. And then it just so happened to be a Q. I'm like, all right, here it is. I'm buying me some.
I also got one of those, but then I also happened to pick up this, which is an OESF. It is not quite as old. It was only a 9-year, 11-month, but I did not have an OESF, so I decided to pick it up.
I like it.
I am more of a Four Roses fan than Mark is, so I said, you know what, I'm going to check it out. I think it would be cool to have a bottle of all 10 recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what the heck? So this, I think, is pretty much our haul. A lot of these we got, like, we each got a bottle of. We didn't want to send that. Mr. Old Foe, our friend that went down there with us, he also got
quite a few of these.
Some bottles that we got and some bottles that we didn't.
Well, that's part of the idea, right? When you travel in groups is, sometimes you end up with duplicates with other people, and sometimes, you're able to make tradesies, right?
Well, and there's bottles that we all like, and then we each have our own individual preferences.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bigger Jim Beam fan than Mark is, or Mr. Old Foe. Mr. Old Foe is a huge Old Forester fan.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have our individual preferences. We did go to Heaven Hill. We didn't see anything at the gift shop that warranted picking up.
We did have a few drinks at the bar.
We did have a few drinks at the bar. And as Mark alluded to, probably the best thing we had was we tried the 3-batch flight of Old Forester's 150th anniversary at that store that he was talking about, and they were all delicious.
Yeah, they're all exceptional whiskey.
But
we're good. Thanks for watching. That's our whiskey haul video from our trip down to Louisville, Whiskey Row, and the surrounding area. A few days before KBF, and then a day or so into it. And don't forget to like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this content. I'm sure we're going to have some bottle reviews to do.
Probably. And as always,
keep the whiskey flowing.
Cheers.
America. Now, that was a bottle crack.
Right before I hit record,
that's got an interesting sound. There's almost like a metal
that was really
ting to it.
There was a little bit of a ting.
That was a big ting to it. Ting, 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 ting. I wonder if I can get the bottle to do that again. Let's see. Well, I've gotten the bottle to do it twice.
I got the second one on camera.
A little bit.
A little bit.
All right, so this goes back in the pan.
That fucking smells delicious.
Oh yeah! I'm glad because I've been wanting to open this for the last, I don't know, since we got back. So now it's open, so we can go upstairs into the drinking room when I get home. All right, I am ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Burn.
Now I got all my stuff within arm's reach. Gotta get it pretty close for a guy like me. You know, I messed up. I should have poured my whiskey in my glass.
In your the little guy glass.
All right, now we're ready. Oh wow, that is really good. Okay.